on to the next topic, gang. On to the next topic. DJ Akademiks decided to show up to the show in Detroit. Now, I didn't want to watch this entire video, but I think I kind of want to just get the whole gist of it without somebody else clipping it and giving me the parts they want me to see. My first question is, why Detroit? Shout out to Ariel Smoke for the 5. The reason they keep rehashing the battle is to distract from the shitstorm headed Mr. Steeler. Oh, my soundboard ain't working. Otherwise, I'd be a horn. You know, let me get this right first, real quick, gang. There you go. It's back. It's back. Tough. He said the reason why they are rehashing the battle is to distract from the shitstorm headed Mr. Steeler preteen away. Tough. All right, so apparently Akademiks went to the Detroit show, which there was a show 2 nights in New Jersey that he didn't go to. And then also the upcoming shows in Toronto that he's not, I guess maybe not going to be attending, but he is in Detroit, which means he's pretty close to Canada anyway. He could still go. I'm not sure of why he decided to go to the Detroit show at this time, but we'll see. So what does Akademiks have to say about this? Let's see what he's got to say. What was his take on the show?
So I'm like, nigga, I'm like, when am I going to see this shit? Because this shit already passed Jersey. I'm like, shit, I'm going to pick a date, which I picked this date. And I said, I'm about to go pop up there, nigga. My man told me, sometimes you got to pop up and show, nigga. So I just did it. I popped up and showed out. Let me see.
What did you do to show out? I popped up and showed, nigga. What did you do to show out?
What's going on with the concert? Now, I ain't no funny shit. It's just that, again, nigga, at the end of the day, I want to watch the show.
You want to watch the show, so you travel from Jersey to Detroit?
Let me break down the show, because I showed up to the show.
Yeah, he did.
By the way, I flew in today after stream. I stopped stream at 1 o'clock, got on a plane at 3 o'clock. Yo, I'm good. 1 o'clock. I stopped streaming at 1 o'clock, get on a plane at 3 o'clock. I land at 5 o'clock, and by 6:30, I'm in the fucking stadium.
Well, what I will say is it sounds like his voice is gone, so I'm sure he was screaming A minor. He ain't got no voice. Crew, he stayed in the box. He never went to the floor. Ain't no one know he was in attendance. Bro got checked. I heard about this. We gonna talk about that.
Bitch. Now,
he ain't got no voice, gang.
It's gonna be, I'm gonna have to do a longer breakdown of like, and again, this is just one stop. I've only been to one stop. I'm probably gonna pop up at other stops because I'm just that type of person. Even when I told you about the weekend shit, I'm gonna pop up again. I'm sorry, like.
Okay, what do you?
Brother, I'm like a food critic, and the industry is.
This nigga, I'm a food critic. Where you been at?
Food. Like, I'm sorry, I might just come to your restaurant. I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. I might write a review. So anyway.
I might write a review. Akademiks handwritten review. What the hell?
I'll tell you what I thought quickly about the show.
Facts.
Number one.
What's his point?
It's a hard read on the crowd. I couldn't tell if it was a few things. I'm going to be very fair. I couldn't tell if it was where I was sitting. Now, here's the thing. When I went to both the stadium joints, I went to the weekend shit, that was stadium, but I was in the riser. I'm closer to the stage. You also have to imagine niggas who's spending more money might be more like lit, enthusiastic.
Another thing, though. So I could already tell where he's going with this. Where he's going with this is he's going to say it wasn't lit. Right? He's going to say it wasn't lit. He was in a box, too. So it's hard, in my opinion, I think it's hard to be lit in a box. You're not around nobody. So you gazing, you being alone, and then like everybody else kind of being lit in their own sections or whatever. But then also, and this is no disrespect to Detroit, because I love Detroit. We got Detroit family in here. Like there's no disrespect to Detroit. But you chose to go to the Detroit show. Like, to me, the Detroit show will probably be on like maybe like it's Midwest. It's Detroit, bro. Like, it's just not like New York, California, Chicago. It's Detroit. No disrespect to Detroit. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying I feel like you chose to go to the Detroit show and not the Jersey show that was lit 2 nights in a row. What up, Tracy? So I don't understand it.
This time,
that's what I said, Chris.
because I don't want to be next to where none of them niggas is at, because I don't know if they fuck with me. I'm in a suite, my homie suite, and yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to read the crowd, like, and I'm there. So I'm not getting nobody else's I don't got to be the person to talk about another person's experience. I'm gonna talk about my experience. The crowd is weird. What I mean the crowd is weird is that they're mad selective when they sing along. There's other times I'm looking at them, they're dead solid. They're just there. They're recording though. They're recording, but they're not singing along.
So he's saying, okay, there's moments in the show when they're silent, and there's moments in the show when they're recording or they're not. And we've heard on several occasions that some people are there for Kendrick and some people are there for SZA. So if you're talking about the moments when they're completely silent, maybe SZA's on stage. Or if you're talking, or vice versa, maybe some people are like, I'm here for SZA. That is kind of what you get in this, and that's what I've learned through doing these kind of videos, is seeing that the people that are there, some are there for both, and some are just there for SZA. Some are just there for Kendrick. So if you're talking about they quiet, maybe it's just not their time, right?
And then there's moments they're super hyped. And it's like these, like, you keep going from these moments like this, and I'm like, I'm kind of sitting here watching it, but I'll start out by saying the first 20 minutes of Dot's performance, fire. And it's fire because he's doing songs back to back to back to back. So he's just rapid fire. And it's hits. Now, I went to go see the Miss Morale tour. When I went to go see that tour, he was doing, like, this is why I said he was a great performer, because he was doing things that you don't see other artists do. I'm not saying he was going like second verse on every song, but like he was really performing some of these cuts, and it looked so well put together that it was still fire. He starts out the show and he's just banging it out. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Next song, da-da-da, da-da-da. And yo, like Squabble Up comes on like pretty soon. He what's this shit called? The one with Mustard. He does that pretty soon. Like, he does that in his first set. He comes out first. So I'm like, yo, this is a different type of, I've never seen this type of Dot. Because again, I'm used to Dot doing more of the slower but like integral, really well put together shit. This shit, everybody, it's like you have the crowd every 30 seconds. Bang, bang. So yeah, no, that shit was popping. SZA comes out. SZA come out. I was trying to do a BBL check, people. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't shit. Come on, bro. I ain't shit. I was just like,
this nigga. Backhanded compliments. The tour is called GNX. Facts. That is what a concert is about. The rapper, singer, performing. Crew, can you pull up clips of the show so we can see what he's talking about or lying about? Marv, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that towards the end of the video, but I'm not understanding the gripe. It sounds like he's complimenting the show, but then also saying that it wasn't lit. He said the first 20 minutes was lit, and then SZA came out.
Nigga, I think I put the binoculars on. Could I see the BBL? But she was wearing some big as other. Anyway, yeah, I don't know too many SZA songs, so I can't even like. You see, it would be incorrect for me to comment on SZA songs. Like, oh yeah, that's just.
But you can speak to the crowd's reaction.
Like whatever. I could only comment on what I heard from the crowd. Right? They were happy to see her. She performed some songs. Again, same kind of hard to read a crowd. Hot and cold. Hot and cold.
I'm telling you, bro. He's using what I just said. there's some people that are there for specifically Kendrick. There's some people there that are specifically there for SZA, and then there's times when they're together and it's a he's using that against them. That's what he's trying to do. Shout out Amir. What up, gang? I have a feeling that the hater raid is coming soon. Yeah, facts. I can see it. Shout out to Amir. Thank you so much for the $5 donation, gang. I could definitely see that.
I don't know if it's like
9 minutes.
It seems like they're watching a Broadway play at times because they're quiet, and then 2 minutes later, or 2 seconds later, they're like, because like there's an explosion moment or something. I don't know. Bro, I don't know. I don't know her music like that to really just say what it is. Also, I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit wrong. When I was starting to think, I don't think that crowd was a 1-to-1 SZA crowd. Right. I low-key think it's a 2-to-1 Kendrick crowd, to be honest, which makes sense. This is tour, even though
it's the Grand National Tour. SZA is a co-headliner. So, but anyway, he's going back on saying it's not, because he was pushing that people are there to see SZA. People don't want to see Dot. They're only there to see SZA. So that would also answer his question too, right? That would also answer his question to why he's not seeing certain reactions.
She's a co-headliner. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, the biggest moment is Kendrick's on stage. Like, yeah, they love SZA, and I could see some people singing their hearts out, but like the biggest moment, Dot's on stage. Gotta be honest. Okay. After that, so we get Kendrick does like 25 or 30. Then SZA comes out, does like 20. Then Dot comes out, and this is like the odd part because he does like these medley type of, and performers do this, like Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe is like mixed with some other shit. Same with like I think swimming pools or some other stuff. Like he does it in a different way, and it's like a new version of only performances. And
he said some other shit, like I'm sure he's talking about like Anita Baker. He said like he mixing that with some other shit. Like what? Anita Baker? Huh? And I like I said, I haven't gone to the show, so I think there's definitely some other things that he probably does that I haven't seen. But if he's talking about what I think he's talking about, I think that's crazy. Mad City medley makes some people mad. Does it really? Who just goes to complain? Yeah, I have no idea.
I'll be honest with you. It's like the crowd. I'm looking at the crowd, and they get hot and cold again. They're hot and cold. And that trips me out. And then SZA comes back out, and it's kind of the same thing. And, I don't know. It's, it starts hot, it ends hot. But in the middle, you're kind of, and again, this could be a unfair thing, not only because where I was at, I'm up there in a suite, not down there by a riser, as opposed to the weekend. Like the weekend and Playboy Cardi shit, them niggas was lit from minute one to the fucking end. Like,
but I mean, one, I do think that where he's sitting at is probably causing him to feel disconnected from the show. Like I feel like where he's sitting at is causing him to be disconnected from the show. I mean he's saying that, but I think that's what's happening. You talking about Playboy Cardi? Like this, it's the same issue that you remember that y'all remember the dude from the TikTok video that was comparing Beyonce's show to Kendrick's show? It's a different type of show. Why are people going to the Kendrick and SZA show expecting a Playboy Cardi turnout? Why are you going to a Kendrick and SZA show and expecting a Beyonce style super grand costumey pool in the middle of the like? Why are we going and expecting? It's like you killed it for yourself thinking that you're going to this show and getting that type of show. I wouldn't have expected to get that type of show. I'm expecting them to do the hits, right?
That shit was like something else. Don't want to compare both, but it could be where I was sitting. Yeah, it was high moments, dry moments. High moments, dry moments. Obviously, the big songs, whether it's a Like That or other stuff, yeah, you get that. I will say, shout out to, I spoke to a few people. Because, listen, I'm up in the building. we spoke to and we'll keep these conversations off the books right now. But we Anthony Saleh, which I think is a manager. I think he's a manager.
What Anthony Saleh or Saleh, however you say his name, I don't want to butcher it. That's the bro that they was saying was the dude who was paying for whatever. So I'm sure, bro. Hey, let me holler at you real quick. Y'all was on stream talking about we was paying for streams or paying for whatever. That had to be I would have loved to hear that conversation. I would have loved to hear that conversation.
Me and him, we actually chopped it up. You know, we actually sat down, we were talking until Euphoria came out. Euphoria, I was like, hold on, brother, I gotta listen to Euphoria. And then Dave Free popped up. And me and Dave Free, you know, that was the first conversation since pretty much 2022, I think.
Wait, what?
And, you know, at the end of the day, positive vibes. Clearly, you know, they have a POV. I got a different POV. Most of all, I think the conversation was they was trying to see like, yo,
Hold on. That boy said they got a POV. Obviously, they got a POV. Like, what do you mean? What do you think that how are they? You're literally mentioned in the song. Because of your actions throughout the beef, how do you think they don't have a point of view of your interpretation of the beef and your interpretation of the music that was being released? How do you think they don't have a POV? That don't really make sense. Bro, they had to. There's no way. I mean, now he probably would have had a better chance. Somebody just said in the chat, they pressed him. Now, if he had been in a crowd, he probably could have blended in a little bit. He probably could have blended in. I'm not sure if he could have, but I think it probably would have been easier than him getting a box or sitting up high somewhere where they could just point you out and be like, "Yo, that's Ak." So, I would err on the side of them pressing, bro. I don't believe anything different. But I think the lack of awareness and being like, bro, they have a POV. What are you talking about? Shout out Wendy Jenkins for the 5. I bet they checked him. Thank you.
They was trying to see like, yo, are we into it or we? And I'm like, nigga, at the end of the day, I'm doing my job here. You get what I'm saying?
Wait.
My opinion is gonna lean a certain way because y'all know what type of music I like. But my opinion is going. Are we into it or? They was trying to see like, yo, are we into it or we?
They was trying to see if we're into it. Nah, nigga. If I'm there, I'm wondering, hey, are we cool? If you go to their show, they come up to you and ask you, are we good? Maybe that's what they said. And maybe that's the way he interpreted it. But if a nigga walk up to me talking about we good, that's a threat, nigga. If you don't, depending on how you respond, depends on how these next 3 minutes go. Cause you might catch the beats. If a nigga press you and be like, hey, we good? And you answer anything other than, yeah, we cool. Beats handed out left and right. That's how this works. He said they asked, are we into it? No, nigga. They asked you, we good? You sure? All right, bet. You anything other than that, nigga, stop playing.
They was trying to see like, yo, are we into it or we? And I'm like, nigga, at the end of the day, I'm doing my job here. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he got. I will call the police. I'm doing my job. I'm just doing my job. I'm just reporting on hip hop.
My opinion is gonna lean a certain way because y'all know what type of music I like. But
Drake,
you know, one thing I did agree with them with, you know, some of this shit should de-escalate. And, you know, whether it's fan influenced or...
It's not fan influence. It's strictly your influence. Bro was asking people, what do you think that he should do? What do you think should happen to Kendrick if he comes to Toronto? Huh? Does that make any sense? I'm telling you, bro, Earth 1 is Earth 2. It's like Earth 1 is over here. Earth 2 is somewhere. Earth. My bad. I keep saying Earth because I'm not upset, but I'm energized. Earth 1 and Earth 2. It doesn't. That don't make sense. Come on, bro. What you talking about?
And, whether it's fan influenced or
you influenced all of that. So if they come and oppress you for any reason, that's why.
Whoever else has connected to it, if it's possible, especially when it brings in third parties and family or shit like that, that shit, there's no place for that.
And I think now Hit a J3, his response was more to Joey. I bring up Hit a J3 because I feel like if other niggas were talking about it, like how he was talking about it, he like, okay, if y'all want to go there, we gonna go there too. Even though Joey, I don't think Joey ever took it there. Joey never intended to be on some street shit. Like, I that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I feel like maybe that's a warning to the rest of y'all. Like, hey, if y'all think y'all can get close to us and touch, y'all insane.
Not shit that I'm necessarily doing, because I don't speak about, give two fucks about, talking about that. But at the end of the day, I think there were respectful conversations. I think they understand my POV. Yeah, brother, at the end of the day, Drake my favorite artist. Like, my nigga, like, what do you I don't care if I show up here today or tomorrow, the next day. Cool. Now, I understand their POV too. Bro, at the end, cool. You could kind of fall over that type of...
Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. Drake could be your favorite artist if chat, talk to me for 2 seconds. If you're watching this on a playback, talk to me for 2 seconds. If the biggest issue was just Drake is my favorite artist, do you think there would be a problem or a real dislike for what Akademiks has done? If his only gripe was, man, that's just my favorite art. That's how I feel about Cole sometimes. Like, Cole's just my favorite artist, bro. Like, y'all can't be mad at me for liking Cole. Like, I like Cole. If y'all don't like him, that's cool. But I'm not out here spinning narratives and trying to get people touched in different... What? No. It's bigger than him just being your favorite artist. That's why people have an issue. Bro. If he was just your favorite artist, people might think you a little, okay, you like Drake, you weak. You a lame, you like Drake. It'd be way easier, way simpler if that was the case. That's not the case.
Side when it comes to your music opinions. But, man, that battle been over, man. We not trying to keep digging holes where now people are, people that ain't public with it. So, we talking about like families, and don't bring family in holes where now people are cool. You could kind of fall over that type of side when it comes to your music opinions. But, man, that battle been over, man. We not trying to keep digging holes where now people are.
Oh, this is them saying this to him. This sounds like this is what they saying to them, bro. Hey, look, you like whoever you like over there, bro, but let's chill on this whole family. Like, we don't want it to get there because it can get scary out here. That's
people that ain't public with it. So, we talking about like families, and don't bring families and shit into it. So, other than that, good conversations.
That's a good comment. What do y'all think about this comment? Shout out to Jada. The beef is not over unless they both agree. That's a good comment, but here's the thing. The way I always see this way. If you just choose not to engage, the beef is over. Because especially if I've already gotten a victory, right? The beef is synonymous for the war. If I've already gotten a battle win on you and I just choose not to engage anymore, to me, y'all can tell me how y'all feel about that because I think it's a good debate. It's over. If I never get back in the ring with you, if you got boxers that fight and bro knock you out and say I'm gone with the belt, I'm never coming back, it's over, nigga. Like there's that, you know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing there if you just choose not to engage. So I definitely think that there's some parts of it where if there was a deniable aspect to the victory, like say, like I can't think of like I'm trying to think of boxers offhand, but Haney. You know what I'm saying? Haney felt like, he didn't really lose. Let me get back in there again. Or a boxer who's fighting and he wins the fight, but most people think he loses. That's not the case with Kendrick, right? So I think he could walk away happily and be like, I never got to talk to you. I don't ever even got to talk about you no more.
Good concert. I enjoyed myself.
No round two.
Definitely enjoyed myself.
Oh, wait, he said he enjoyed
himself? What would I rate it out of 10? I definitely enjoyed myself. What would I rate it out of 10? I don't know if I could give it a rating out of 10, but would I say it's given the fact that it's on pace to be the biggest concert in the world? I get it. I will say, not the best.
So he's not going to rate it. He's not going to rate it because I think people would take his rating and chew him up. Because I can already tell his rating would be probably around 6 out of 10.
I get it.
Just off of this video.
I will say, not the best concert I've been to. Be honest. Just being honest. And it's not being biased. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I actually think the Mr. Morale concert is better. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think there's so much hype behind Dot right now. It makes sense why, this is a stadium tour. I can't comment too much on SZA and her performance and all that type of stuff. Because half the songs she performed, I've never heard in my life. You know what I mean? There's never been a time to be like, let's play SZA. I know 2 songs. Well, maybe 3. Be like I think Travis Scott's on that. And then the snooze song, When I'm With You. Yeah, that song. And I think I may know another song. But anyway, Broken Clock or something. Anyway, pretty good concert though. Pretty good concert. I'm ranking the Weeknd concert over that though. The Weeknd concert. But do I like the Weeknd's music? Yeah, I do like the Weeknd's music more. The Weeknd and Cardi concert, I'm going them. Now, granted, here's the thing.
But I said it already, so I don't even know why I'm gonna say it again. It's just two different types of artists. They're 2 different types. You're not going. Do you see Cardi's shows and what he raps about and what he does? The energy is it's like Travis Scott. It's like Travis Scott. Travis Scott's, I don't even want to talk about that Netflix documentary. Oh my God. Anyway, Travis Scott's concert could be seen as the most lit concert there is, period. Over all concerts. Like literally passing out, fainting all over the place at that Travis Scott concert. But there's differences in the energy and lights and flames and explosions versus a story being told on the stage. It's why people say theater kids are back, because I'm looking at the show and I'm seeing all of the different elements of LA, and I'm seeing how SZA is, really being open with her love for bugs and stuff. Why? Come on, bro. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's like a niche market almost. It's like deep dish pizza, bro. I love it. You might hate it.
I'm going to be honest with you, and this is why I say I don't take my personal feelings into it. And this is why, even when people be like, yo, you fuck with Dre, you shouldn't go. My nigga, at the end of the day, I've made my qualms not being no nigga friend. I made my qualms in this industry by getting to the place I've been by covering hip-hop. So, nigga, I ain't going to cap with you, whether y'all want to believe it or not. Nigga, if Meek Mill had the biggest tour and me and him ain't really, not saying we beefing or nothing like that right now, but if we didn't see eye to eye, nigga, some way, somehow, I'm going to have to speak on it. I got to give my opinion about it. And I can't do it if I don't somehow experience it. So, at the end of the day, what I was proud about is that hip-hop looked good in a stadium. And I made the challenge earlier, man. I think all these rappers should start. There's a few rappers that could do it. Man, I want to see Drake do some stadium shit. Travis kind of does it already. Weeknd's been doing it, but Weeknd's more pop. I could see Cardi got that taste for it. Pause. I just talked to Cardi. But don't laugh at my man Cardi. Don't talk about my man Cardi like that. But yeah, watching hip hop in a stadium, it was dope. The majority of people who I seen show up the demographic, and this is a thing that people have to understand, because this is true about every concert. There won't ever be no stadium tour. Have I ever seen Actually, I did. I seen a stadium. I seen Burna Boy's concert. That shit was, nigga. All I smelled was jollof rice. Yeah. Burna Boy was the only. That nigga had City Field locked, and it was all Africans. I've never seen such a thing. When I go to Drake concerts, most white people. That's a fact. Drake concerts, mostly white people, mostly white kids. Like you'll see fathers and mothers bringing their son because little Timmy wants to go turn up to Drake or even Travis. I went to Travis shit too. Yeah. Which, by the way, that's no problem. So even that's another thing too.
All right. So here's my thoughts on this, right? I feel like he went there with the intention to give a review that was way less tasteful than that. And I think that's his own personal opinion, and we can't really fault nobody for their own personal opinion, even if you know that it's probably a jaded view of it. And not to big it up, if even if you wanted to big it up, you just can't because your whole fan base would just turn against you. But I definitely think that conversation that was had absolutely changed the tone of what was possibly going to happen or what was possibly going to be the review that we would have gotten had he not ran into Anthony Sala and Dave Free. If he had not run into them, I think it would have been, the review we would have gotten probably would have been way worse. But my question though, where does it go from here? Now that you've spoken to them, because I don't think that obviously they hadn't spoken until that point. Where does it go from here? You know, it seems like I want to see if Dave Free or if anybody from Kendrick's side says anything about that conversation. Because I think are we good? Is just, hey, bro, like you're gonna have to chill. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if he's gonna go to any other shows, if he's gonna be in Toronto. I feel like Ak will be the kind of person though that would go to Toronto and then completely turn up and change the whole tone of everything he said. I think he was trying not to give it a good rating. And I think he was also trying to I don't think he was gonna give us his actual reaction to it, even if he liked it. That's what I'm trying to say. But I think his intention was to probably have this conversation with them, go there and then trash the show, but he just couldn't because he had a conversation with them. He still could, but I think they would have pressed him at some other time for that reason too.